let me discuss point by point her allegations. Number one, first, it's a private citizen suing Maria Ressa. The president does not know the complainant, nor is he acquainted with him. The complaint, from what I gather, began in 2012. The article was published on 12 and then republished on 14. Hence, it's covered by cyber law. Of course, they claim that it's not. But that's a legal issue that the court should resolve. But the fact alone that there is a warrant of arrest means that the court has effectively issued that it's within its jurisdiction, meaning to say that the crime charge is correct. Now, she says that there has been irregularity in the filing of a case as well as her arrest. Let me tell you, Maria, that the case filed against you was in accordance with law. This is not a case of freedom of expression, as you claim. It is a case of one man, in the person of the complainant, asserting his right under the law for a perceived violation of his right. That is why he filed a case against you. Now you say rule of law. Precisely the rule of law has been observed. A case was filed against you. A preliminary investigation was accorded to you. That is in accordance with law. That is a rule of law. And the prosecutor found probable cause. Hence, the case was filed before the court. Under the Constitution, before a judge can issue a warrant for an arrest of a person, he has to personally go through the evidence presented before the court and determines whether there is probable cause. And obviously the judge so found probable cause, hence there is an issuance of a warrant for her arrest. That is an observance of the rule of law. Now, she was granted bail. Again, that is rule of law because she's entitled to that. Now, let us go to her specific complaint. She says that she was arrested after 5 p.m. What does the warrant say? The warrant is directed to a peace officer to arrest her, or any person for that matter, facing a criminal charge as soon as possible, or in other words, immediately. There is no specific time frame. The direction is to bring that person before the court in accordance with law. Now she says, no, but I should have been arrested the morning after. Oh, Maria, you want to be treated differently from a class of persons subject to a warrant of arrest just because you are a high-profile journalist? Excuse me, Maria. The law is no respecter of social status. Everyone is equal under the law. Just because you are a high-profile journalist, you want to be treated differently. Number two, she says, because we had a debate last night in one television station, the station of Ina, Andulong, CNN. She was saying, because I was asking, she was saying that there were irregularities. One of them, she said that there is no information attached to the complaint. I cannot even understand what information is. A complaint. Information is the one filed in court. Complaint is filed by a private individual. Anyway, she says, because since there is no information, or if there is an information, there is no stated recommended bail. I said, that is not a requirement. It's the court that sets the bail. Even a prosecutor recommends bail for so less or so much, it's the court that will determine how much you will have to post bail. Number two, she says, because I asked her, what's the reason for the court not granting you bail last night? Oh, there are so many reasons. I can tell you that person. No. I said, I want it now. I want to hear it from you now. She said, well, the court said there is no information sheet. There is no stated bail. My response was this. I'm going to tell her again. Maria, you cannot blame the court, nor the government, nor this administration, nor the president on the incompetence of your lawyer. Your lawyer should have argued before the court that your case grants you entitlement as a matter of right of bail. The absence of an information sheet is not an excuse not to grant you bail. Moreover, I cannot even understand, Maria, why your lawyers do not have a copy of the information filed against you. Now you complain about the arrest. I understand the case was filed 1 week earlier. But your lawyer was saying that, I saw him this morning on a TV program. He said, but Maria could not know that the case was filed a week earlier because she was not sent a copy. My goodness. Lawyers should always be on their toes. You know that your client is facing a charge, and anytime the information could be filed. When I was practicing lawyer, my client never entered jail, or most of them, because I knew that a warrant would be there, and I had to, stay in the court, or my staff would wait in the court so that we can post bail immediately. So stop blaming anyone for the unpreparedness of your lawyers. There is absolutely nothing to do with the freedom of expression. Now you say, there is an abuse of power. Excuse me, Maria, abuse of power? You are the one abusing your power as a journalist. You're marshaling your colleagues to support you on the basis of a misplaced and baseless cause. What is the cause? The cause is you're saying that the government is instilling fear because of the case filed against you. There is no connection whatsoever. So you're the one using your power as a journalist. We all know media is the fourth state in attacking the government as well as this administration. Number two, you're saying there is a weaponization of the law. Oh, Maria, you are the one using or weaponizing the law. What is the law? The constitutional right to freedom of expression. You're using that now against the government. But the Constitution says libel is not protected by the freedom of expression. That is precisely why you are charged. Because as far as this complaint is concerned, his rights have been violated by you. You have to be woman enough to face the complaint against you. Stop blaming the government. In the same way that the case filed against you relative to tax evasion, that has nothing to do with your work as a journalist. Otherwise, if we will follow your logic, then journalists, commentators, reporters can no longer be sued because there will always be the accusation, the allegation, the perception that the government is trying to curtail your freedom of expression. That cannot be done. As you say, we have to abide by the rule of law. That is precisely this government is observing.
Follow-up? May follow-up question? Joseph, follow-up yan, eh?
Sir, just your comment on the spring of support that Maria Ressa is getting from world leaders such as Madeleine Albright and some journalists, also international journalists, like Christian Amanpour. So, your comment, please.
Well, the support obviously is coming from those who have been either ignorant of the facts or misinformed of the facts. They should have looked at the complaint. Because the feeling is she was just arrested, picked up at the wrong time. But if you look at the facts, all were done in accordance with the law. What she wants is she wants to be treated differently. That cannot be done.